everybody. So today I wanted to talk about relationship goals. And the reason why is because, I feel like a lot of people in this society, a lot of people nowadays don't have relationship goals. Like, I feel like people just get in relationships just for the hell of it. Maybe it's for sex, maybe it's because a person's attractive, but there's no initial goal behind it. And I feel like this is so crazy. Like with me, for example, I'm not saying do what I do, but, we would make better decisions if we did act this way. Like for me, for example, I see how, you have to have a foundation for a house. If you don't have a foundation for a house, all types of stuff will mess up your house. Like, like a gush of wind, boom, house down. You have to have a foundation in relationships in order to grow, in order to build, in order for it to be sturdy. So when that storm comes, nothing can really tear it apart. It's stable, it's there, right? So, I feel like with relationship goals, for me, for example, is that, I don't just shack up with people, and hey, if you shack up, if you do what you do whatever you do in your heart if it makes you happy. Don't ever feel discouraged about being yourself. If you're a hoe, be a hoe. If you're not a hoe, don't be a hoe. Live your life. This is one life. You only got one life. Back to what I was saying about relationship goals. I do feel like some people, though, if you expect something sincere and genuine from people, I do feel like you have to have relationship goals. I feel like it's important if you want something that's long term. Like for me, for example, I wouldn't talk to anybody if I can't see myself with them 5 years from now. If I can't see this person being a husband at some point, if I can't see this person being a father at some point, if I can't see any potential in this person, I won't even waste my so if I can't see you being a good father, if I can't see you being a good spouse, if I can't see you on a long-term basis, best believe I'm not going to waste my time at all. There is no time that needs to be wasted at all, in dealing with somebody. I have a child to look forward to. I've been married before, so obviously I see relationships a little bit more, on a serious note than most people. A problem that I have when I do attempt to talk to younger people is that younger people don't care about foundation. They just want to have sex, which is cool. If you want to have sex, you don't care about foundation, you don't care about anything in the long run, do you. Be comfortable with who you are. But if you're somebody like me and you want something serious and stable, don't ever talk to nobody and think, oh, well, this person can do better. Don't ever think that. Always feel like you're talking to someone because they are who you need. Relationship goal. Talk to somebody who's more on your level. Talk to somebody who, can help you grow. Talk to somebody that you can see as a potential father, a potential husband, a potential spouse, a potential anything. That should be your relationship goal. Your relationship goal should not just be screwing whoever looks attractive. A lot of people look attractive. Doesn't mean that they're crazy. I did deal with an attractive person that I felt like we were all on the same page, but in the end of it all, the person was crazy. So you have to be careful. You have to make sure there's some type of foundation there with the relationship, because even relationships with foundations fail, because me and my husband had a foundation. You know what I'm saying? We really had a foundation. We had the same morals, the same values, things like that. Before we even got married, we knew exactly what to expect from each other and what we wouldn't expect, what we don't want to accept, from another partner. So everything was already clear, everything was known, well known, and even relationships with a foundation can burn. So imagine a relationship that has no foundation, nothing, there's nothing. So be mindful of this. If I ever talk to you, where I was interested in even getting to know you remotely a little bit, as far as a relationship goes or anything, probably a little bit more serious, I have never chose someone that I cannot see a future with. And that is the difference between me and someone else. Like I said at first, though, you're comfortable being who you are, be who you are. But if you want something different, if you want something genuine, if you want something real, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be careful. You just have to make sure that you choose wisely, and it can't just be he's attractive. Does he, make you grow as a person? Like a lot of these people don't realize, they're like, Shantora, why me? Why do you choose me to be in a relationship with? Let me tell you why. The reason why is because I see something different in you that I don't see in everybody else. The reason why is because I see, more to you than meets the eye. The reason why is because I love your heart. And even though you don't love your heart, and even though you don't know much about your heart, I can tell. I can talk to someone for 5 minutes and realize right then and there if this is somebody that I want to pursue. And I want to let you know that if you have not went on a date with me, if you have not talked to me more than 5 minutes on the phone, then I can never see myself being with you. You have not taken the time out to get to know me as a person. That's just the way that I feel. But back to what I was saying. Our relationship goals have to be very, very, sturdy. You have to remember your relationship goals. You have to remember that, this is important. This is very, very important. Because let's say I talk to somebody that I know for a fact isn't going to take me anywhere in life. I'm just like, he's just attractive, so let me just get with him and see what happens, right? So let's say I do that. Let's say I get with this person. He's just attractive. I'm just trying to see where what's going to happen with this attraction. And like I said, there is no foundation involved, right? It was just he's attractive, right? Let's say I get with him, we're just having sex and that's about it. Now what happens when I tell him my goals and my dreams? Like, for example, one of my dreams is to own a daycare at some point. I love kids. I feel like kids are our future, and I feel like kids, I feel like there's a certain way that I feel like kids should learn so that we can build stronger leaders in the future. Now this thought blows over a lot of people's minds. Some people are like, what the fuck? Like, hell no. Like, this woman has lost her mind to even think that she can even run a daycare. And let me tell you something. No, I'm not. But let's say if I give it somebody who has nothing to offer me, nothing to, give to me, and I get with him because he's attractive. I tell him my goals, my future, my dreams, and guess what? He has no type of foundation for me. He ain't gonna help me get any better. If anything, in the long run, I'm just going to be sitting here, sitting on a dream that ain't never going to succeed because I don't have someone in my corner who's going to be there for me. So that's what I'm talking about, relationship goals. Relationship goals, there should be goals. You should have lists of what type of person you choose to be with. Obviously I'm not going to be with somebody who does drugs all the time. Why? Because I have a daughter. Why? Because I have been in a situation where I was married to someone who did drugs all the time. So I am not dealing with anybody who does drugs all the time. You have to have some type of something else going on, versus just, you like to smoke weed all day, or you like to get high all day. And if you do, don't let me see this shit. Do it behind my back. I should never even know about it. I should never hear about it. I should never smell it. And that's how much respect you need to have for me. And that's just how I feel for somebody that I'm going to be dealing with, right? I should never see that. If that's who you are, that's what you like to do, you don't have to stop being who you are. But at the end of the day, if your wife doesn't like it, your girlfriend doesn't like it, whatever, then you have to have respect for her to be like, what, I'm not even going to let her know that this shit's going on. Like, I'm just going to go ahead, get high on my own terms, with my homeboys, away from my wife, away from my kid, whatever, and do what I got to do to grind. So I wouldn't talk to somebody who does drugs. I wouldn't talk to somebody who, isn't, motivating, that isn't motivated to do anything more than just working at McDonald's, or to do anything more than their life than just get a job. There has to be some type of achievement that you expect to come from your life. You can't just sit here with me while I'm grinding trying to make it work and you ain't doing shit, because that ain't gonna happen. So at the end of the day, I feel like we have to have relationship goals. You have to take the people that you talk to very, very seriously. Life is now or never. You do not want to make mistakes with people who are not for you, that did nothing but take away from your life and didn't contribute to your life. And that's just the way that I feel. So when you talk to someone in a relationship aspect, you need to be very, very wise. You need to be very, very conscientious of what's going on. You got to be very, very, I can't say picky, but you have to know what you want and what you don't want before you even get into it. And that's just what I feel about relationship goals. I have relationship goals. I feel like everyone should make relationship goals. Girl, guy, boy, gay, straight, I don't care. Make relationship goals. Make them a reality. And you'll be surprised what kind of people come into your life. And you're not going to be upset at all. You're going to be very, very satisfied and happy with the type of people that approach you, because you expect better for yourself. And I love y'all so much. And I just want to talk about relationship goals because, I don't know, I was thinking about it earlier when I had, was talking about a situation that I know of, and the person, you know, has been in a relationship for 20 years. You know, her husband's cheating on her. Her husband has his own house. He's her husband. Does whatever the hell he wants to do, right? But at the end of the day, she ain't happy. I feel like if she would have had a relationship goals before that, it would never have gotten there. So now she's in a situation where she has to figure out how to get all her kids out of that house and figure out what she has to do to grind. And to still in the middle, and because she's been with him for 20 years, it's so much harder because they have more, you know, of emotional connection than anybody who's been together for a year. But let me tell you something. Nothing's impossible. Anything can happen. Keep your relationship goals strong. Stay true to them. And that's all I had to say for today. Y'all have a nice day. Love y'all. Mwah.